The Chinese presence in Pakistan is ubiquitous, and in places like Gwadar and Balochistan, they're all over the place, laying the infrastructure for the $50 billion economic corridor. They're so ubiquitous that they even run bakeries in Islamabad. Comparatively, the Russians are an oddity in Pakistan. Russia has been on India's side for decades. Many Pakistanis would recall the Indo-Soviet Treaty of Peace and Friendship signed in August 1971, just 4 months before the war broke out over the secession of East Pakistan. But times are changing. Today, Russia has an honorary consul in Peshawar. Russian language signboards are visible in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. Russia's profile is rising in Islamabad, likewise Pakistan's profile in Moscow. So what's going on? More importantly, should India be concerned? The Russia-Pakistan dynamics are born of certain conclusions Moscow has drawn with respect to the situation in Afghanistan. Moscow believes Afghanistan has reached tipping point. The government of President Ashraf Ghani is too weak. The Taliban insurgency continues to spread. Moscow believes it has considerable support. Closely tied to this assessment is Moscow's concern over what it sees as the rising profile of the Islamic State in eastern Afghanistan and in some other parts of the country. This threatens the security of Russia's soft southern border, which comprises the Central Asian states. China and Pakistan reportedly facilitated a dialogue with the Taliban, who have given various assurances, including that they have no ambitions beyond Afghanistan. So we now have Russia, China and Pakistan on the same page on Afghanistan. Last December, remember, Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov made this revealing statement. He said, and I quote, "You cannot resolve a problem without having every stakeholder on the table. The government of Afghanistan, the Taliban and those who can influence the situation need to sit together and find a political solution." So what does that statement mean? It basically underscores Russia's view that Pakistan is a key player in Afghanistan. The military relationship has taken off from here. In 2014, remember, Russia lifted a 25-year-old arms embargo against Pakistan. The same year, Russia agreed to sell Pakistan RD-93 jet engines for its JF-17 fighters. In 2016, the two countries held their first joint military exercise. In 2017, Russia sold Pakistan 4 Mi-35M attack helicopters. A joint military commission has been established. Russia has assured India in the meantime that it need not be concerned about its military sales to Pakistan. Nikolay Kudashev, Russia's ambassador to India, was quoted as saying, "Our relations with Pakistan in the military sphere are of very minimum nature and are strictly limited to anti-terrorism operations and are not comparable in any way to the scope of our relations with India." Most importantly, our ties with Pakistan cannot be viewed as an attempt to change the regional strategic balance. That should be reassuring. Besides, India continues to be in the market for Russian military hardware, including 4 new stealth frigates, another nuclear submarine, the S-400 ballistic missile defense system, more Mi-17 V4 helicopters, the Make in India Come-Off helicopter project, and so on. There's a lot on the table. But India is also buying from the US. It's buying from Israel and France. The Washington-Delhi strategic circuit is buzzing. India may be close to signing key defense agreements with the US, and this could plug India into the US communications and intelligence network in the Pacific. Indian naval ships could soon be docking in Diego Garcia. This is happening at a time when Russia, China and Pakistan are in America's crosshairs. Trump's national security strategy has named Russia and China as competitors. Russia is under American sanctions over Crimea and Syria. China faces a possible trade war, while Pakistan is being hauled over the coals for the first time over terrorism. These three are now taking on the US together. But Moscow and Beijing should also know that they're banking on a state sponsor of terror to address their concerns over terrorism. It is tricky terrain, to say the least.